really, really tough road with. Um, the under 12, I think we're up like 17, 16 or 17, and we're preaching. This game's not over. They're going to keep playing. And the three-point shot does that, and a great rebounding team does that. The great opportunity for us is to learn tonight. That's what smart people do. And all we talked about after the game was we're so fortunate to coach guys who will take a situation like this and learn from it. Because there's pressing situations there, there's underneath out of bounds situations there, no matter how many times you practice them. 3 seconds on the clock. I mean, those are, we practice them religiously, but those are game situations. So let's learn. So our focus after the game was learn from tonight, prepare for tomorrow. That's where we've left it, and we'll recover as fast as we can. They are a brutally athletic and tough rebounding team. They've really played well. We never could get in a flow because of our turnovers. I mean, and you give them credit, but some of them are self-inflicted. The charges, the travels. Just the first half alone, we had 2 travels and 2 charges. And again, that's due to their quickness. I mean, you give them credit, but that's how you learn and adjust. They're a really good team. This was very tough for us to simulate what we just saw for 40 minutes. We learned from that. We'll be better. Go ahead.
Scott, congrats on the win. Was this one of those nights where it was better to be lucky than good?
I don't know how we were lucky. I mean, Justin Betts got a huge offensive rebound because that's what he does. That wasn't luck. One of the biggest plays, Dylan Penn had a back tap that he back tapped with incredible hustle, and Pedro came up with the loose ball. We go 12 out of 15 from the line. 15 out of 18. I don't know, maybe we're lucky. I'll take it. If it's luck, Jonathan, it's luck. I'll take it. But we practice those situations every day. If we didn't practice them, that'd be luck. Was our execution perfect? No. That's why the challenge is to learn from it.
Scotty, you did have a real good defensive stretch there early in the second half, and probably won you the game. But it wasn't defense that was your issue. You just had turnovers, like you said. But what about your defensive effort tonight on the whole?
Well, that first 10 minutes of the second half was incredible, and we rebounded the ball. We get up. There was a big play just under 12 where we're up 13. And we make a fundamental mistake. We give up baseline. They get a 3. They miss it, get an offensive rebound, hit a 3. So instead of us with an opportunity to go up 15 or 16, we're up 10. And that's game on then because they scored the next bucket. And then it was 8 at the under 8, and then it's game on. It's just those moments. And it comes down to, again, the fundamental mistake of and we drilled no baseline all week. And Pedro knew as soon as he did it. He knew as soon as he did it. That we don't come up with a rebound. And, when a team shoots threes and, they shot 28 threes tonight and only took 51 shots, those are going to be long rebounds. You have to run them down. JB's offensive rebound was a huge play.
At the same time, I don't want to sit here and act like you lost the game because you just won a conference game on the road, and you missed some shots you usually make in the paint.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to be happy.
I'm thrilled. Hey, I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I mean, we just won a road game, against a heck of a basketball team. I mean, you go through and look at their games. I mean, and this was at home, and we knew how we had as much respect for them as anybody we've played in this league. Anybody we will play, trust me.
And it is around the league. I'm sure they're saying, yeah, Bellarmine's good, but now they're coming up against the big teams the next few weeks, and you are.
But, no, we told them all week that everybody made such an issue. We were in first place. The 3 teams behind us were Liberty, North Florida, and North Alabama. That's who we were playing. Give them credit. They know that. We told them all week. I just heard Jacksonville beat Lipscomb. I was just told that.
Scotty, it's not going to be talked about or show up much, but how big was the play by Ethan to foul there at the end, up 3?
We practiced. We talked about it in the timeout. We practiced it. We said, if we miss this, we're going to foul. We're not even going to let them get across the 10-second line. We're fouled immediately. We didn't want to risk somebody trying to launch one and get 3 shots. That was nothing we have not practiced. And we talked about it in the timeout. There, again, our guys deserve credit for that execution. That was planned. It was a good setting. We were in a classroom tonight. So that's where we were. We were in a classroom. That's where we were. I could take you in there right now. So we just had class on late game execution, on defensive fundamentals. We just had class. That's kind of a good setting. They had a podium. I was going to lecture at the podium, but I didn't know if they'd really want to hear that. Proud of,
Scotty,
and just so you know, hey, this wasn't easy. We had to leave. We told them about 1 o'clock Wednesday that we were moving practice back an hour because of the weather. So instead of going at 3 and leaving on Thursday at noon, we had to get them over there, practice, and get on the bus to beat the weather and get down here on Wednesday. And so, I mean, I appreciate their perseverance. And then because they had volleyball, they had other conflicts, we couldn't practice till 7:30 last night, which on Eastern time is 8:30 on our body clocks. So, we've kind of settled in now. I that's tough. All those, when you're in a rhythm and a routine and it's broken, you got to get to normal. And they did it. They deserve credit.
Scotty, is it 1 or 2 things that you guys would like to maybe shore up a little bit? I mean, obviously it's a quick turnaround, but maybe something that you want to see your team do a little different between now and tomorrow?
We've got to do a better job of containing the basketball with great help, and we've got to rebound the ball. We've got to get better balanced rebounding. Everybody's got to rebound. You look at the stat sheet. Pedro and JB had 14. They had half our rebounds, and they played 57 minutes. That means everybody else played 143 minutes, and they had half our rebounds. We got to rebound 1 through 5. That's a good question, Ken.
If somebody just looks at Justin Betts' line, they're like, well, he didn't score 5 rebounds, but he was a big reason tonight. I felt like he just
and they know
got
that.
Big rebound.
They know that.
Yeah. They
know that. We talked all week about just playing selfless basketball. When you're playing selfless basketball, all you're doing is playing for everybody else. And that's how we won the game. It wasn't one guy playing for himself.
Scott, before we go here, there was a stretch there where the Lions were very successful from the 3-point line, maybe, showing kind of shades of kind of areas where the Knights kind of struggled earlier in the season. Was there anything out, but you all were able to kind of get back and put the clamps on 3-point line and limit them later. Was there anything out there that kind of concerns you with the 3-point defense, or did the Lions just have a good shooting night?
Yeah, that's a good question, Jonathan. They shoot 21, 22 a game, and tonight they shot 28 against us. And that's kind of, they're great going to the rim. When you cut that off, they hit the threes. I mean, you got to constantly adjust. But you look the first half, and I'm doing this on the fly. They made 6 the first half, 5 the second half. Yeah. The last 5 minutes, we had played great 3-point defense the second half. Some of it, you got to give credit to your opponent. I mean, there's nobody down in that locker room. That's a heck of a road win right there. Eric said it best. I mean, the other team's right behind us. I mean, we're thrilled, man. We just won a road game. Ain't nobody down. Last week, y'all were asking me if I was the most surprised guy in the world. Hey, the greatest expectations, the greatest goals come from within this locker room. Not from us. They come from those guys, because they're the ones that are going out and achieve those goals. They deserve the credit, no doubt.